Did you think it was weird when Robin put you, Dad, in baby pictures on family pictures with her kids when he was present? It seemed kind of creepy and not respectful.
What did you think about that? Do you think that that was really creepy that she did that? I mean, I do. I'm sorry. Okay, everybody, I went back to get some video clips to insert here and found myself, of course, watching the entire episode. We really do need to go back and just start season 1, episode 1 and go through it. But I don't know. I just heard that just recently, I think it was on McKelty's Patreon, where Sister Wives always has 2 seasons. They do like a spring and a fall.
Is that true?
Which would mean spring season is starting right back up again. So I don't know if I want to start doing that. At any rate, I'm still waiting for my book to come in, but we'll start the book club soon. Also, this coming Thursday night, I'm going to do our live Q&A, one-on-one, whatever episode ends up being. Really, it's just a chance for me to play and make sure everything is working properly so that when we start with our book club, I'm not finagling and trying to get things to work in the system. All right, so that'll be this Thursday night. We'll do 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because that's probably after work for everybody across the whole country. And hopefully you can all join in. So the point is, we'll have conversations. You guys can chat with each other. You can ask any questions in there, and I'll also be addressing questions that any of you posted in the community tab on my website. Okay, details out of the way.
Okay, now get back to the show.
I went back and rewatched the episode with the whole picture giving ceremony after the adoption of the 3 kids and ended up watching the whole thing, of course. So I feel like there's some more stuff that I want to add in here. All right. Here are some things that I learned that I didn't remember from the last time I watched it. The transposing of the picture situation.
Callie Real, did you think it was weird when Robin put you, Dad, in baby pictures on family pictures with her kids when he was present? It seemed kind of creepy and not respectful. I think that's actually a great question.
First of all, the idea came in Robin's mind really from Cody. And this is why.
See, I don't know that I would have picked her out in that picture, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because I wasn't there, I don't have this memory of how they looked when they were little.
Okay, so we have Cody pouting and fussing because he wasn't there when they were younger.
Any of the other kids, when I see baby pictures of them, I could have them lined up and I could tell you which babies they were.
Really?
It almost breaks my heart. It makes me very aware of the time that I, you know what I'm saying? You know, because there's all this life that they weren't part of mine and I wasn't a part of theirs.
And he wished he was there when they were younger and when they were small and when they were growing up. Well, you can't be there, Cody, when they were younger and growing up because they had a father. Oh, it just angers me that he does that. If Cody were there, if there was no David Pressup, these 3 kids wouldn't exist. They are a product of David and Robin together. If David didn't exist, that's not to say he wouldn't have other children, but they wouldn't be these children. These are the genetic makeup of these 2 parents. And who they are as beings are a result of their experiences and their whole life growing up with their mom and their dad before they met Cody. So it just angers me that he seems to think that he could have just stepped in when they were all babies, and he wished he would have had that time with them. Get over it. Stop pouting. You're sounding like Robin. Be grateful for the time that you have with them now, and be grateful for David, who created these beautiful 3 creatures that wouldn't exist without him, even though you and Robin want to completely cut him out of the picture, figuratively and literally, because the one picture she showed of the 3 kids had a cutout in the middle, which apparently, I never saw the original, but from everything that I read online, was where David's head was. So sad. I wonder if the kids knew their dad was in their picture at that spot and they saw that he was cut out. That's just so hurtful. All right, that's neither here nor there. So Robin's looking through pictures. Cody's fussing and being all...
Like a drama queen?
I'm the victim now because I wasn't there when they were younger. Trying to garner more sympathy from Robin, I guess. I don't know.
Remember, play to the camera, everyone.
Of course, he says he wished he was there, blah, 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 blah. This plants the whole idea in the head for Robin to recreate, or actually create a memory that never existed. Now, Cody was going through the pictures because he was planning on giving a plaque to each one of the kids of pictures. I have to look at it closer. I don't know if I had a chance to zoom in. If I have a chance to zoom in, I'll do that and put it in here. But it seemed like they were a lot of pictures of Cody and the kids. So I'm going to look again. Again, it was just brief, and the only parts my eyes went to were pictures of them with Cody. But there were about 6 pictures on each of their plaques that they have as a memento of the day that their last name changed to Brown.
So this is something to hang up in your room. I wanted to do it on hardwood because I wanted it to be lasting, impressionable, and special for you.
I personally think the proper thing that they should have done was change the kids' middle names all to Jessup. That's what they should have done. They don't have to be Jessup-Brown or Brown-Jessup and make life complicated. It's not that difficult to do. My daughter did it as soon as she got married. She had no emotional connection at all to her middle name. Her middle name really is a relative that she doesn't really know that well at all, has only met a couple times in her life. So I completely understood after she got married when she wanted to keep our last name. So she went and legally filed the paperwork. Boom, it was done. Could have easily been done at the court at that point. That's what they should have done.
In my opinion.
They should have moved the kid's last name to their middle name. They would still have the same name. They wouldn't be stripping their whole identity with their father away. So Brianna Jessup would still be Brianna Jessup. She's just now Brianna Jessup Brown, which makes sense because now she's in the Brown family. I mean, did nobody think of this? Well, they may have, but I bet they dismissed it right away because they really wanted to cut their biological father completely out of their lives. Of which, in this episode also, what really angers me is they also showed, this is a side note, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit off topic, but it really made me angry. There's a lot of talk in there about David really not being a great or safe parent for his kids. So this horrible, awful man, right after the official adoption into the Brown family, suddenly the 3 of them are going to visit Dad for 2 weeks.
And we are now sending the kids back to Montana to see Robin's ex. And when they get back from that, we're planning a big party, a celebration for the adoption.
Does anyone else feel like this was part of the whole negotiation? That maybe they weren't the best at seeing to it that the kids got to see the dad? Maybe they said, you know what, sign this paperwork and we'll see to it that the kids definitely still visit with you. We'll put it on the books right now. I can just see that conversation happening. I really can. Because magically, after 2 years of them not being taken up to see their dad, they're going for 2 weeks. She's dropping them off for 2 weeks to a dad that she felt was not the best and was kind of unsafe. If she really believed that, she would not be dropping them off there for 2 weeks. And those kids were so excited to go see their dad. That probably broke my heart even more.
All right, grab your bag. I'll stick it right here. You gotta take a coat just in case, since it could be cold. I'm very excited to see him. I haven't seen him in a very long time.
It's been like how many years since we've seen him. And I'm glad. I'm truly glad.
Okay, that was a side note. Let's get back. So Robin gets this grandiose idea after Cody's pouting that she's going to create this memory that he never had for him. And she's going to get a picture and recreate it. So she found this guy online who's a sketch artist. She meets with him and she gives him the picture of her 3 kids with the person in the middle cut out.
These are my 3 children when they're little.
This picture is very nice for the portrait.
Okay, great.
Perfect.
And then she had more pictures there, but she pushes forward the picture with Christine.
The idea of this portrait is to take a picture of the kids when they're young and a picture of Cody about the same time period and put it into the same portrait so it looks like they're in the picture together.
I will say I'm glad she didn't do Cody and her and the kids. For some reason that would have bothered me even more. But it was just a picture of Cody and the kids that the guy drew based off of these pictures. Another side note. This really bothers me too, and this could be a whole separate video, but it'd be a lot of research to go back and find it. But have you noticed that multiple times in the Sister Wives franchise, they go out of their way to point out how they're polygamists to all these people around them? They claim they wanted to keep it on the down low. They didn't want their neighbors or people around them to know about it because the kids would be ostracized, understandably. And yet, over and over again, somehow we managed to bring it up that, well, I'm in a polygamous family, in places where it's not necessary. And here's a classic example of that. So she's showing the pictures. He's understanding what she wants. The man is from Poland, I believe, and has a very thick accent, understands English, doesn't speak it very well. And so she's explaining the situation. He's like, okay, that's all she had to say. My current husband has just adopted my kids, and I want a picture of my current husband with my kids. End of story. That's what's happening in this scene. That's all the scene is about. This scene is not about the rest of the kids. It's not about the other wives, nothing. And yet, Robin makes a point. She said, well, this is the awkward part, but I'm in a plural family. Do you understand what that is?
Now this is the more trickier part because we are, did you know what a plural family is?
No, explain me with another
Okay.
word.
And then goes on to explain that he has multiple wives and all these kids, and the guy's like, okay. You know, he's probably like, am I drawing them too? I don't understand why you're telling me this. What's this got to do with the price of tea in China? I don't know why you're sharing this information with me.
My husband, right now, at present, has 4 wives.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
But okay. He's like, okay, yeah, good.
We chose this. The 5 of us chose this, and we worked together. And
This is very interesting.
anyway, so we're just a big family.
It's so dumb. I'm sitting there watching this going, why is she telling this man this? Has absolutely nothing to do with this picture or this situation. Nothing. Here's a picture of my husband. Here's a picture of my kids. Put them together and draw a picture. Don't need to mention polygamy. Anyway, it's just another soapbox that really bothers me on this show. That they claim they're still trying to keep it on the down low, but every opportunity they get, they tell everybody they're polygamists. I mean, it's on national television too, so really, who are we kidding? But to force it down people's throats when they didn't ask about it and it doesn't pertain to the situation, it's odd. Producer driven, probably. But the Brown family's need to create drama where there is no drama is annoying. So of course, after the adoption at the courthouse, there's a party back at the house. And this is when Cody presents. Now, wouldn't it have been nice if that was like a nice intimate moment where one-on-one he sat on each of the kids' beds, maybe at night before they went to bed and said prayers, said, I have a special gift for you. And then they opened it up and it was this picture. But no, it's this big presentation. Look at what Cody is giving to them. Oh, and it's on solid oak because I want our relationship to stand like an oak tree. Okay, what? The kids give a gift to Cody of a watch, and he has a very weird reaction to it. I've come to realize Cody he's not a good gift receiver. He really isn't. And I know other people in my life that are this way, and they're very much the same. They don't know how to emotionally become vulnerable in the moment and feel the sincerity of it at all. It's like a transaction. Oh, thank you, with the obligatory smile and then some hugs, and it's just not that sentimental, you know. And the poor kids are like, but it's not just a watch. He's like, oh, another watch, you know. It's great, Cody. That's exactly what you need to say to your newly adopted kids.
This is from all of us.
Okay.
The three of us.
Oh, watch. I'm a watch guy.
Great, another watch. I have one on my wrist already. Maybe I can wear it on this one. They're like, no, it's special. It's engraved. And he's like, oh, it says to Daddy. How nice.
Dad, before you put it on, there's an inscription on the back.
Daddy?
It says Daddy, and it has the date of the adoption on it.
And the date of the adoption. Well, that's really sweet. Thank you.
He just doesn't have that compassion gene. Yet he managed to muster up tears for the whole act with Robin about how upset he is that he wasn't there when the three of them were younger kids. Something that's an impossibility. We're going to get really emotional about that, but we're not going to get emotional about the sentimental gift that your newly adopted kids are giving you. Okay. And this is when Robin has one more gift for Cody and does the reveal. Logan gives his standard response that he gives to everything. Every single time. There's a new wife. There's a new baby. We're going on vacation. Logan is so good about playing to the camera. For somebody who clearly doesn't like the cameras, doesn't like the show, hasn't been on it since he got old enough to get off of it. But he played the part leading up to that for sure. So he did his little smile response.
Oh, wow. Whoa. Whoa. Oh my gosh.
And Cody again didn't seem emotionally moved. He just kind of smiled and said thank you. The first time I saw it, because I watched it a couple times as I was recording it and getting ready to splice it in. The first time I saw it, I thought he was actually uncomfortable. Like he thought it was weird. Since then, I don't know. Maybe that still holds true. But if it's not that, he just didn't feel anything for it. He seemed like he was acting happy and surprised with it.
I got a picture of the kids, and I got a picture of you.
That is amazing.
And I created a moment that didn't exist, but does now.
I'm speechless. That is really neat.
I think it was actually incredible because it wasn't necessarily just a gift to my dad. It was also a gift to Robin's kids with her first husband. So the relationship, and I'm not going to go into the relationship that Robin's kids have with their birth father, because it's honestly none of my business, you know. But the relationship over the years, it got really tense and it got really strained, and who knows the reasons or the exact reasons or everything. But point is, they felt like they didn't have a dad.
According to who?
And it was really special when my dad adopted them. It was really special for them to be able to have basically something where they never had this memory. They never experienced growing up with him, but they were able to have this photo of what it would have looked like if they all, at the time of their ages, if they would have been grown up together and raised together and with my dad and stuff. So it was really special for them. Of course, it was also special for Dad to kind of have a picture of what his other kids look like, regardless of how he got those kids, but what his other kids would have looked like when he was younger.
See, I don't know that I would have picked her out in that picture, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because I wasn't there, I don't have this memory of how they looked.
I think so. I think it was actually really special, and I don't think that any of my siblings and I don't think any of my parents thought it was disrespectful at all. I thought that I believe they all think it was really special. So I think it was great. Maybe a little, like, definitely out of the box and out of the norm, but I think it was really special.
I mean, it is odd. She said she did it because she's creating a memory. But she didn't create a memory. That memory doesn't exist. This is a fake picture with 2 other photographs that were put together. You didn't create any memories. He never was there when they were that young. It's really odd. And for McKelty to dismiss it as like, we all thought it was really nice. No, I don't think you all did, McKelty. I don't think you did. I think some of you may have acted that way. And you know what? McKelty may have. I mean, let's face it, she's a little bit clueless. And I think she was close with those kids at that time. So probably for them, maybe she thought it was a nice idea. I'm sure also McKelty wasn't aware of where the pictures came from and that David's head got cut out of one. And it was the photo with her mother in it that got cut out of them when they were younger that was used. I mean, all of those details obviously went over everybody's head when they first saw it. McKelty said, no, she thought it was special. We got to remember, McKelty is a Robin apologist. So did we expect much of a different answer from her? I don't know. She did say it was a little bit different, I understand, but she didn't think that any of the moms or siblings found it odd. I'd love to talk to another mom or sibling. No, not the moms. They're all going to say it was fine. I'd like to talk to Maddie. Maddie is the voice of reason in this family. She's the one that will speak her mind. She has since she was a teenager. I mean, she kind of came across as a bratty teenager, but the truth is she spoke the truth. She didn't like Robin coming into the family. She wasn't thrilled when Robin was having more kids. She didn't think everybody smashing together in one cabin was a smart idea. And it wasn't. Remember, they all got like bronchitis. They were coughing away, and it was just miserable. She didn't like going on the road trips in the campers with them. She didn't like any of it. Hindsight's 2020. I remember thinking, well, this girl has opinions and is a little bratty. She needs to learn to just appreciate what's going on. On the flip side, all the kids that were having fun were considerably younger than her. And the older kids, they never said they were having fun. She's just the only one who vocalized, I'm not having fun. She was a mouthpiece for the teenagers. So McKelty says this.
I think it was actually incredible. It was really special when it meant a lot to them. It meant a lot to them. It meant a lot to Dayton, Aurora, and Brianna. It was really special for them. So it was really special for them. I think it was actually really special. I thought that I believe they all think it was really special. So I think it was great, but I think it was really special.
You are a broken record.
All right. Believe her or don't believe her? Write it down below. I don't know what to make of this, other than I still think it's creepy and wrong for her to do. I feel like it was disrespectful to her first husband, the father of those children, and to put it on national television at the same time so that he could see. On the flip side, I can see McKelty being aloof enough to just say, that's nice, and go about her way. So I'm not saying she's lying. I'm curious what you think. Write it down below. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment. If you comment, I'll read it. I don't always respond to every single one. I try to respond to as many as I can, but I definitely read them all. Bye, y'all.